Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final game in the St. Louis Cardinal series with the Cincinnati Reds, final of a four-game series here in St. Louis. The previous game, the Reds were literally embarrassed 13-0 as they were shut out by Bryn Smith on a two-hitter, and Scott Scudder and several relievers got pummeled. So Lou Piniella says today is a new day. We're going to try it again. Game number 23. This game was played May the 7th. Here in St. Louis. Starting pitchers Tom Browning for the Reds and Jose De Leon for the Cardinals. Look at the starting lineups in this game. The Reds have a little bit more of a traditional lineup, although they are giving some off days to certain people. Chris Sabo will get his first off day as he is going to be sitting this one out. Hatcher will lead off in left, Winningham in center, Larkin, Benziger, O'Neill, Quinones is at third, Duncan's back in the lineup, Oliver's back in the lineup, and then Tom Browning. Cardinals will also be doing some resting as Vince Coleman takes a seat, and Dave Collins will hit leadoff in left field. Rex Hudler will play third in place of Walling because of the left-handed Browning. They drop Thompson down to the number 6 position. Todd Zeal, the catcher, bumps up a little bit, and Jose De Leon is the pitcher. Hot batter, Pedro Guerrero had a great game last time, so he's the hot batter. McGee had a not-so-good game. He's the cold batter. It was hard to pick a hot and cold batter for the Reds. Well, not a cold batter, but for a hot batter, because they only got 2 hits. And Winningham struck out a couple times, was 0 for 4, so he gets the cold nod. O'Neill is the hot batter despite not getting a hit in the previous game. The only reason I made him hot is because he didn't strike out. So that's pretty bad when that's your standard for being a hot batter. Umpires for this game, Steve Ripley, believe it or not, is the home plate umpire. Frank Pulley's at first, Bruce Fleming's at second, and Gary Darling is at third. Do our game day check. Reds lost the last game, so if we roll a 1, they will be fully dissonant. Do not, so the sire die will determine, are the Reds ready to bounce back and win? They are, so they're going to be off the sunny chart. They'll be semi-harmonious and off the sunny chart. See if that helps their disposition. We'll find out what kind of perk they may get, if any. So we'll roll on that chart. Get a 2, which is the pitching coach. A 3, which is a minor perk with a reliever. Minor perk with a reliever. 1, which reliever? Most used reliever. That is Rob Dibble. Dibble already comes into the game happy until further notice, but he might get a second perk as well because he is the most used reliever. So we'll see what that minor perk is. It's down here. That is a 2. He'll be a star of this game. So Rob Dibble, if we look at his card, Rob Dibble, he's already a star of this game. I guess he'd be a double star. We'll make him a double star this game because he's already a star of this game. So he's going to be a double star for this game only. Don't think I've ever had a double star before. So it's for the game only. So it's not much of a perk, but they are semi-harmonious, which certainly helps their cause. And looks like we are about ready to go here from St. Louis. Final game of the series. The Cardinals have taken 2 of 3 to this point. Reds trying to even this series and get out of here with a split before going for a quick 2-game road trip to Pittsburgh. So, you know what? I can probably leave those things here. They're not going to hurt anything. They're not getting in the way of anything. So I'll just leave those here. How about that? Again, the ballpark is turf and plays semi-big to both lefties and righties. All right, so De Leon will be facing Hatcher to lead things off. Hatcher is hitting .298, 4 homers and 16 driven in. And game 23 is underway. We get a 1-2-3 flash and fresh. Yes, he is. It's a strikeout. So Hatcher out on strikes. 1 away, and that's going to bring up Herm Winningham. Winningham is hitting a .125. No homers, 2 driven in. 2-3-6 double control. He does not have it. He's not eager, so Winningham's going to walk. That'll be a 1-out walk to Winningham. So he's aboard. And that'll bring up Barry Larkin. Larkin on the replay hitting .326. No homers and 12 driven in. So 2-4-5. Is he a hero? Barry Larkin is a hero. It's a single to left field. That will move Winningham to second. So the Reds definitely off to a better start than they were in the previous game. They got their hitting shoes on at least. First and second and only one out. For the cleanup man, Todd Benzinger. Benzinger on the replay is hitting .284, 2 homers and 13 driven in. 155. Is he a home run king? No, he's a semi-scrapper. He's going to fly to center. And that is out number 2. So 2 down, and that's going to bring up Paul O'Neill. O'Neill on the replay hitting .325, 2 homers, 12 driven in. 1-2-4. That's a control check for DeLeon. He does not have it. Is the batter eager? Paul O'Neill is not eager. He's going to walk. That's going to load the bases. So the Reds have loaded the bases here in the first inning. Can they take advantage? Winningham will walk to third. Larkin will walk to second. And O'Neill will trot down to first for the at-bat of Luis Quinones. He's playing third base in place of Sabo, as Sabo is getting a game off. There is an off day tomorrow on the 8th, so the Reds will get to have an off day before they play the 9th in Pittsburgh. So all the bullpen guys will get a game off after this. So pretty much except for Leana, who pitched 4 innings yesterday, everybody else is available out of the bullpen. Here's Quinones. He is hitting nothing. He's 0 for 9. Does have 2 runs batted in. He has walked 5 times. Oh, we got a hopping dice, so we're going to re-roll that. 2-2-6. He's hit by the pitch. Yes, he is. The dot is there, so he hit him. Quinones draws the hit by pitch, and the Reds get a run. They've only gotten 1 hit so far, but there have been 2 walks and a hit by pitch as DeLeon is having control issues. Winningham will score. Larkin will take third. O'Neill to second. Quinones to first. Base is still loaded with 2 outs. And it's going to be Mariano Duncan time, as he's back in the lineup after a game off. And Duncan is hitting .423, 2 homers and 10 driven in. 3-4-6. Is he eager? Duncan is eager. Yes, he's semi-eager. The dot says he is, so it won't be a base on balls. He'll fly to center instead, and that will end the inning. But the Reds do get a run across. And had he not been so eager, they could have walked in another run. And that's kind of bad because you see how wild that DeLeon had been in the first inning, so you would think he'd be a little bit more patient than that, but that's not Duncan's style. And so he leaves them loaded. And we go to the bottom of the first. Reds 1 and the Cardinals coming to bat. Tom Browning on the mound. Browning is 2-0 with an ERA of 5.54, 26 innings pitched, 32 hits, 12 walks, and 18 strikeouts. So Browning will be facing Collins, Hudler, and McGee. So 1-1-6, he certainly is fresh, first batter of the game. So can't be more fresh than that, and he strikes out Collins for 1 away. So Collins is out of there on strikes. Brings up Rex Hudler, third baseman. 1-6-6, is he a workman? No, he's not a workman. Is the batter a whiffer? No, he's not. We're going to ground it to third. We're out number 2, and that's in red, so we're going to the experience chart for the at-bat of Willie McGee. Willie McGee's an icon. Browning's a semi-icon on the experience chart. Now they're both icons. And it's a 2-6 on the experience chart. 2-6 on the experience chart, and they're both icons. Icon pitcher, yes. Experience with batter strikes him out. So Browning strikes out McGee to end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 inning. And that's certainly a lot different than the previous game. where the Cardinals started the game at getting 4 runs in the first inning. But here, nothing. We go to the second, it's 1-0 Reds. And that'll bring up Joe Oliver, the catcher. Oliver is hitting 200 even. No homers and 7 driven in. 155. He's going to fly it to center because he's not a home run king. So that's 1 away. And that'll bring up the pitcher Browning. And Browning steps in. 2-2-6. Not hit by a pitch. He's not the cleanup hitter. So with all of those not being the case, he's going to fly out to the left unless he's a whiffer. He is a whiffer, so he will strike out. 2 up and 2 down, and now that flips it over to Billy Hatcher. He struck out his first chance. 2-5-6. Pitcher's not a struggler. Champion or patient. Neither one. We got infield drama for the Cardinals. Hudler is gold. Ozzie Smith is semi-gold. Now they're both gold. So the whole left side of the infield is gold. That is a 2-4 for infield drama. 2-4. Second baseman gold. No, just the shortstop and third baseman are gold. Second baseman Oquendo is neutral. So he's not gold. If it was, he'd be out. Otherwise, it's going to be an error on Oquendo. So we got an E4. E4 on Oquendo. And Hatcher will reach on the error. And that flips it over to Herm Winningham. 3-4-5, iron catcher. Zeal is not iron. Does the batter have a good eye? Winningham does not. He will strike out, and that's going to end the inning. And that's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart for the bottom of the second. And Guerrero is the designated hot batter of the game, so he will be hot. Browning will be semi-hot because he struck out McGee to end the inning. So it's a semi-hot Browning against a hot Pedro Guerrero. See if Browning will be hot. No, he will not. So it's neutral Browning against hot Guerrero. And we get a 2-3. Neutral Browning against a hot Guerrero. 2-3. Cold pitcher. No, he's not cold. He's neutral. If he was cold, he'd second guess the catcher and deliver and give up a single. And otherwise, it's a fly to center. So he gets Guerrero to fly to center because he wasn't a cold pitcher. Didn't need to be hot, just needed not to be cold, and he was. There's 1 away. Here's Todd Zeal. 4-4-6. And 4-4-6 ask, is he a star? Browning's not a star. Is he sad sack, utility, or patient? None of that. So Todd Zeal is going to single to right field. And that results in red, so we're going to the experience chart for the next at bat. Todd Zeal does single. If he was active, he would steal, but he's semi-stoic. So Milt Thompson is a semi-icon, and so is Browning on the experience chart. Now they're both icons. Double icon on the experience chart. And we get a 3-5. Double icon. 3-5. Icon batter, yes. Adjust swing at the last second. Loops a single to the outfield. Lead die of 3. Zeal will take third base. So base hit for Milt Thompson. It's going to put runners at the corners and only 1 out. Now Browning has to settle down against Oquendo. They're looking for the double play if they can turn it. 2-4-5. And that ask, is the batter a hero? And Oquendo is not a hero. So he will pop it up to second. Big out there for out number 2. We're going right back to the experience chart because that was in red. So experience chart it is. Ozzie Smith an icon, Browning a semi-icon. And now they're both icons. Icon against icon on a 3-6 on the experience chart. Icon against icon, 3-6. Prospect pitcher. No, he's not a prospect pitcher. If he was, he'd miss the outside corner and the batter would rip a double. Otherwise, it's a fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. So Browning gets out of it. No damage done. Leaves the runners on the corners. At the end of 2, it's 1-0 Reds. As the Cardinals leave runners on base. We now go to the top of the 3rd. It'll be Barry Larkin. Lead it off. 246. 246 is asking about the pitcher having control. De Leon does not. Eager or sad sack? He is semi-eager, but the sire die says no. So he's going to walk. Active runner would steal. We're going to see if he's going to be, but the dot's already here, so he's not going to be active. But he will get the walk. Leadoff walk for Barry Larkin. So Larkin draws the leadoff walk. That brings up Benzinger. Benzinger flew to center his first chance. 3-3-6. Ace or dynamic? No. Sad sack, utility, or patient? None of that for Benzinger. He's going to single to center field. Lead die of 3. Larkin will take the extra base to go to 3rd. That results in Reds, so we're going right back to the experience chart for the at-bat of O'Neill, who's a semi-icon against De Leon, an icon. So let's see if O'Neill's an icon this at-bat. He is not. So we got a neutral batter against an icon pitcher. So advantage De Leon on the surface. 4-5. Prospect batter. No, he's not a prospect batter. If he was, he'd strike out. Otherwise, hard to field grounder, batter out first, but active runner would be safe. He's not active, but it's going to score the run. And we're going to say, let's see here. Does everybody move up? Yeah, lead die of 4. The runners are going to advance. So Benzinger goes to 2nd. O'Neill is out, and we're going to say it's a 3 unassisted to Guerrero. Had a little trouble with it, but he was able to corral it enough to get the runner out at first. But in the meantime, Larkin will score, and Benzinger will take second base. So an RBI ground out by O'Neill. And the Reds take a 2-0 lead. Benzinger is at second with 1 out. And that will send up Quinones. 3-6-6. He's not a pinch hitter. So he will end up flying to center field. Two down for Duncan. Duncan was hit by a pitch his first time up. 4-4-6. Is a pitcher a star? No, he's not. Sad sack, utility, or patient? None of that. That's a single to right field for Duncan. That's an RBI single, and the Reds lead 3-0. So they are flipping the script on the Cardinals as Duncan gets an RBI single. 3-0 Cincinnati. That results in red. We're going right back to the experience chart. Oliver is a semi-prospect. So we got a full prospect batter against an icon pitcher. We got a 45. I thought we just had 45, didn't we? 45 prospect batter. Yes, he's going to strike out. And that's going to end the inning. The results in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. Right now chart for the next at bat of the pitcher, De Leon, nonetheless. So De Leon will be neutral. Browning will also be neutral because he got a fly out on his last batter faced. So it's going to be neutral against neutral on the right now chart. And we get a 2-4. Neutral against neutral. Hot batter. No, he's not. If he was, he would connect for a single. Otherwise, it's a fly to left. So De Leon will fly it to left field for 1 away. 1 down, and that's going to send up Collins. 2-5-5. Is the pitcher a star? Browning is not a star. Is batter a home run king? Collins is certainly not that. He's going to fly to left. 2 down. So 2 flyouts to left field to start the inning. Both hauled in by Hatcher. And that'll take us to Hudler. 2, 3, 4. Nobody's on base, so there's no plate drama. He's not the hot batter because he grounded out to third last time, so he pops to third. And that's going to end the inning. Easy 1, 2, 3 inning for Browning. He has shut out the Cardinals through 3 innings. After 3 innings in the previous game, the Cardinals had 7 runs. So obviously definitely a turn of events here that has changed things around. And we go to the 4th. DeLeon and Browning now revert to semi-freshness. As we start the 4th inning, Browning will lead it off. He struck out his first chance. 1, 2, 6. He's not fresh anymore. The dot doesn't give it to him. Is the batter a sad sack? Browning is a sad sack, so he's going to strike out again. That's out number 1. And we'll go back to the top of the order for Hatcher. Hatcher is 0 for 2. He struck out and reached on an error. 1, 5, 6. Pitcher's not a whiffer. Pitcher's not a struggle, I should say. Is he whiffer? No. Outfield drama. Everybody in the Cardinal outfield is neutral. And we get a 56 on outfield drama. Outfield drama. Left fielder iron. No, he's not iron. It will be caught out there by Collins to retire Hatcher for out number 2. 2 down, and that brings us to Winningham. 1-1-2. Oops. And on the 1-1-2 result, does the pitcher have flash? DeLeon does have flash. It's a strikeout, and that's going to end the inning. 3 up and 3 down go the Reds. We now go to the bottom of the 4th. It is still 3-0 Cincinnati. Willie McGee will lead things off for the Cardinals. He struck out his first chance. 2, 3, 5. Pitcher's not wild. Is the batter eager? Willie McGee is semi-eager, but the dot says no. So he's going to ground out to second. And that's going to be out number 1. Play handled by Duncan. 1 down. And that's going to bring up Guerrero. 2, 4, 6. Does the pitcher have control? Browning, that's the only quality he does have. So Guerrero will ground it out back to Browning. So 2 quick outs to start this 4th inning. And here's Todd Zeile. 1, 4, 5. He's not a struggler, so it's a ground out to third. Another 1, 2, 3 inning for Browning, as he has shut out the Cardinals through 4 innings. It is 3-0 Cincinnati. And that score is holding up. Top of the 5th. Barry Larkin. He's singled and walked. 4, 5, 5. Does pitcher have flash? Yes, he does. It's a strikeout. So Larkin out on strikes. And that will send up Benzinger. Whoa, 555s for Benzinger. Ace or star pitcher? No. Is he a scrapper? Benzinger is a semi-scrapper, but the sire die says no, so it's a home run to left field. Todd Benzinger goes deep. And it's 4-0 Cincinnati. For Benzinger, his 3rd home run of the season, RBI number 14. And the Reds lead it 4-0. Here's O'Neill. 2, 3, 6, double control. That'll be a walk. He doesn't have it. And O'Neill's not eager, so that'll be a walk. So perhaps DeLeon shook up by that home run. We shall see. Getting himself into some trouble. Down 4-0. And the way Browning's pitching, that might hold up. Here's Quinones. 2, 2, 3. Pitcher's not wild. Is he slugger or utility? He is a utility, so he will line out to short unless he's a whiffer. He is a whiffer, so he will strike out. That's out number 2. 2 down, and that will take us to Duncan. That will take us to Duncan. 445. Pitcher a workman. Definitely is. He's a semi-workman. The doc gives it to him. It's a double to right field. That will score O'Neill from first base. And Duncan has done it again with another RBI. This time an RBI double. And it's now 5-0 Cincinnati. Here's Joe Oliver. 116. He's not fresh anymore. It's about a utility or sad sack. He is semi-utility. We'll see if he's fully utility. He is. So that's going to be a ground out back to De Leon to end the inning. But 2 runs come on, and it is now a 5-0 Cincinnati lead. And that may be all for De Leon. He's kind of had a rough time of it here. So bottom of the 5th, it'll be Thompson leading off, followed by Kendo and Smith. Then a pinch hitter for De Leon if we get that far. 146. Does he have flash? No, he does not. Is he a champion batter? No, he's not. Ground out to second. 1 away. So Tom Browning, not a strikeout pitcher, but just gets them to hit the ball on the ground, keep the ball in play, let his fielders do the work. And that'll send up Jose Oquendo. 4.55. Doesn't have the flash quality. Oquendo is not a home run king. So it's going to be a ground out to first. 2 down. Easy play for Benzinger. That'll bring up Ozzie Smith. 1-3-4. Not a goal catcher. Is he a champion? No, he's not. We got outfield drama for the Reds. And everybody's neutral in the outfield. We get a 1-6 for outfield drama. 1-6 outfield drama. Right fielder stoic. So the right fielder in this case is O'Neill. He is not stoic. He is neutral. So he would have been a double had he been stoic because he wouldn't be able to get to the ball. But he does get to it. It's a fly out to right field to end the inning. So 5 shutout innings turned in by Tom Browning, and the Reds need it after the pitching performance they had last time. They definitely need it. We go to the top of the 6th. They will go ahead and let De Leon pitch this inning. He is set to lead off next inning. Facing the pitcher Browning, 1-4-6. And that's asking his pitcher has flash, and he does. It's a strikeout. 1 away. Bring up the top of the order for Billy Hatcher. Hatcher is 0 for 3. 1-3-3. Is he a slugger? Hatcher is a semi-scrapper, so he will not hit a home run. He will fly to left. And there's 2 away. So De Leon looking to go 6 innings and cap it off there. Here's Winningham. Whoa, 666. Not exactly what De Leon needed. He's not an ace. He's not a sad sack. We got a glove check. And that means it's a home run for Winningham. Because on a glove check, when you go to the microchart glove, the only way you stop a home run is to get to the he leaps chart. And the only way to get here is to have a gold outfielder. Gold outfielder. I'll roll the die, 1 extra die just for the heck of it. But 6 is gone anyway. But even if you roll a 1, 2, or 3, the outfielder has to be gold to even get to this point. So none of the outfielders for the Cardinals were gold. So it will be a home run. It is now 6-0. Reds. First home run of the season for Winningham. RBI number 3. But the Reds lead at 6-0 on that 666. Not much you can do on the 666. Larkin, 155. And that is asking. Pitcher's blank is asking me to home run king. No, he's not. He flies to center. And the inning's over. And that's going to do it for De Leon. He's going to go 6 innings. And he's going to give up 6 hits and 6 runs. Kind of a devilish outing here. Get the full totals for De Leon from the box score. 16 pitch, 6 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned runs. Walked 4, struck out 9. Did give up 2 home runs. But that's going to be it for De Leon. His day is done, or night is done, depending on when you're watching this. So he will leave, and the Cardinals will have a pinch hitter coming on. And against the lefty Browning, they will go to a right-hander off the bench if they have one. They have switch hitters, but no righties. So they're going to go with Coleman. Vince Coleman, who was trying to get the day off, but they're going to go ahead and have him pinch hit. Pinch hit here in the 6th inning is Vince Coleman. So Coleman will come on for De Leon to pinch hit, and then we'll get a new pitcher for the Cardinals, probably Ken Daly. I believe he's the one who's loosening in the bullpen. As he has not pitched in the series yet. So Ken Daly will be your new Cardinal pitcher. In the top of the 7th. Right now, it is Vince Coleman leading off the bottom of the 6th. 1-1-3. Acer dynamic? No. Is he a slugger? No, he's not. He's going to single to center field. So a single for Vince Coleman, but down 6-0. Not going to steal. But he does get the leadoff single. And that will bring up Dave Collins. 2-2-6. He's hit by the pitch. He certainly is. The dot is there, so he gets plunked. And now the Cardinals have 2 on to start the bottom of the 6th. And Browning has to be careful not to let this 6-0 lead give him a false sense of security, because Cardinals can score some runs pretty quickly if you're not careful. Here's Hudler. 3-5-6. That's a left-right split, and we got a lefty-righty situation. It's a base hit. Coleman's going to score. Collins will go to third. Hudler's at first. It's now a 6-1 game. And that's 3 consecutive hits. So now Browning is a semi-struggler until he gets an out. But the Cardinals are on the board, cutting the lead to 6-1. That brings up McGee. 3-4-5. Not an iron catcher. Does he have a good eye? No, he does not. So he will strike out. That's a huge strikeout for Browning. Huge. First out of the inning with that strikeout. And it's also in blue, so we're going to the right now chart. And Browning is hot from that strikeout. Guerrero is neutral. So we got a hot pitcher against a neutral batter on the right now. It's a 56. 56. Hot pitcher, yes. Shows best stuff for tires, sides, alternating ground out and fly outs. So the ground out for Guerrero, it doesn't say what the ground out is, but with a lead die of 5, it's going to score the run. So we'll say he grounds out to, we're going to say he grounds out to second, but the only play was to first base, and then a fly out to left field to end the inning. But Collins does score. So 2 runs in for St. Louis. So let's put these in the computer. The ground out went to the first baseman. Hudler goes to second. Collins will score. And Duncan only plays to first. And then Zeal, the next batter, flies to left. And that's going to end the inning. So 6-2 is our score, as we will go to the 7th inning. And the new pitcher for the Cardinals is Ken Daly. So we will bring Ken Daly into the ball game, a left-hander. See what he can do. He'll be facing Benzinger, O'Neill and Quinones here in the top of the 7th. Top of the 7th. Top of the 7th, 6-2 Reds. Daly to Benzinger. 3-6-6. He's not a pinch hitter, so he will fly to center field. That's one away. One down, and that takes us to Paul O'Neill. 4-5-5. Might be a flash check. Let's see. Yep, it's a flash check. He's got semi-flash, but the dot doesn't give it to him. Is he a home run king? No, he's a semi-slugger, not a home run king. He will go around to first. And that's quickly 2 away. Quickly 2 down, and that will bring us Quinones. Two, 3, 5. Pitcher's not wild. Is the batter eager? Quinones is semi-eager, but the dot says no. So he will ground to second, and that's going to end the inning. So Daly pitches a scoreless 7th inning. And that'll do it quickly for the Reds. So they go down in order. And now we go to the bottom of the 7th for the 7th inning stretch. Tom Browning is now going to be semi-fresh. I'm sorry, he's going to have no freshness because we're in the 7th inning. So we'll keep an eye on him. Rob Dibble is loosening in the bullpen for the Reds, should they be called upon. But right now, we're at the 7th inning stretch, and we're in St. Louis. So that means get ready for the King. All right, we move on, and Milt Thompson will lead it off. 1-3-5, that's the rare, unusual play result, and a red 1 and a black 5 leads us to balks and bogeys. So we haven't been to balks and bogeys in a while, but we're going there now. Balks and bogeys. When you have a red 1 and a black 5, you get balks and bogeys. We get a 2-4. Lead base runner collides with fielder trying to make put out. Gold glove hangs on. Well, that doesn't apply, so we're going to re-roll on this balks and bogeys and see if something does apply. 1-5, rain delay, roll 1 die, 1-2, game resumes later. All players are cold. 3-6, the game is called. So this could be the end of the game right here if we roll a 3 or a 6, 3 through 6. And it is. This game is now called. Storms come in and the game is called. So Tom Browning, but you know what? I'm not going to let that happen. There's too much on the computer to going on with that. So I'm going to re-roll again on balks and bogeys. I changed my mind. 2-5. Single, but lead runner thrown out trying to get the extra base. Now that we can do. So Thompson singles, but he gets thrown out trying to take the extra base. So we're going to say O'Neill throws him out 9-6 on the putout. Single, but a 9-6 putout. And when you're down by 4, there's no sense trying to take extra bases, but Thompson was confident he could make it, but confidence didn't exactly help out this time, and I don't think Whitey Herzog appreciated it. But he's out. Guy that did appreciate it was Tom Browning, as he gets a free out. So now we go to the Oquendo at bat. 1-4-5. and he is not a struggler. So it's going to be a ground out to third for out number 2. Brings up Ozzie Smith. 2 outs and nobody on. 2-6-6. Nobody's on first base. He's not the leadoff batter, so he's going to fly out to right, and that's going to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Cardinals as Browning has gone 7. That might be all for Browning. I think they're going to limit him to just the 7 innings as he is set to bat third this inning coming up. So I do believe that we are going to have a new pitcher for the Reds coming on. So Browning's going to be capped at 7 innings. And we'll get the numbers on Browning. Let's get his numbers for the ball game. Nice outing, giving up just the 2 runs. So 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs. Oops, 7 innings pitched. Good thing I got my correction tape because I messed that up. Let's fix all this. All right, so 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 2 runs. They were earned. 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. Rob Dibble will be coming on to pitch the 8th inning for the Reds. Ken Daly in his 2nd inning of work, as he is scheduled to lead off next inning, so they want to get him through the inning if possible. So let's figure out who the pinch hitter for the Reds is going to be. It looks like Orlando Rooms is going to pick up a bat, and he will hit. So it'll be Duncan, Oliver, and Rooms for the Reds here in the 8th inning. Top of the 8th, and it's a 6-2 ball game. Daly is semi-fresh now that he's in his 2nd inning of work, and he'll be facing Duncan. 1-2-5. Not a struggler. Is he patient? No, he's not. He will ground to third, and that's 1 away. So Duncan is out of there. 5-3 ground out. 1 down, and that brings up Joe Oliver. So Oliver is your batter. .355. Struggler? No. Is the batter a champion? No, he's not. He will ground to second unless he's a whiffer, but he's not a whiffer. So he will just ground to second. And that's 2 away. And that'll bring up Orlando Rooms, the pinch hitter. So Orlando Rooms, come on and do the pinch hitting. Rooms is hitting .262. No homers and 7 driven in. 135, that's the umpire chart when you get a blue 1. So we're going to the umpire chart for the first time. Bases are empty. Home plate umpire is Steve Ripley, but it could be any umpire. You never know. But the home plate umpire is Steve Ripley. 1-2, strict umpire at second. So we're going to the second base umpire, Bruce Fremming. Bruce Fremming is semi-respected. He is not strict. So strict says that rules runner out at second base, batter out at first, double play. Other umpires rule runner safe, batter out. Well, there's nobody on base, so it's just going to strictly be a ground out. So we're just going to say Rooms grounds to Ozzie Smith at short to end the inning, as that really didn't apply to anything. And that's it for Rooms. He's out of there. Coming into pitch now is Dibble, and he's got all kinds of stuff. He's a ace, a double star, double flash, and semi-control, and he is also happy, which means that the Reds are fully harmonious when he's in the game, not just semi-harmonious. They're fully harmonious. That's the perk you get. So let's bring Dibble into the game. get his numbers on the replay. Dibble. Dibble enters the replay 0-0 with a save and a 0.56 earned run average. 16 innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts. Ken Daly is your leadoff batter. Of course, he will be pinch hit for. Daly is going to go 2 innings and give up nothing. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts, no nothing. Just solid relief work for Ken Daly. So now the Cardinals will go to their bench to get a pinch hitter. And it will be John Morris. So Morris will pinch hit for Daly against Dibble. Five, 6, 6. Check that result. 5, 6, 6. Is the pitcher wild? No. Does the batter have a good eye? No, he does not. It's a strikeout. So the pinch hitter, Morris, will strike out. And that's in blue, so we're going to the right now chart for Collins at bat. Collins is neutral. He walked his last at bat. And, of course, Dibble is hot on the right now chart. That's a 22 on the right now chart. Cold pitcher. No, he's not a cold pitcher. He was. It'd be a fence check. Otherwise, it's a line out to third. So Collins lines it right to Quinones at third base for out number 2. 2 down, and that's going to bring up Hudler. 1-4-6. Does the pitcher have flash? He's got double flash. So that's going to be a strikeout. You can't carry it over. It's just going to be the 1 strikeout, not the 2. But that's going to do it for the Cardinals. They are gone. It's now still 6-2 ball game as we go to the top of the 9th. And the Cardinals will need a new pitcher. And let's see who they want to bring in. Coming up for the Reds, it'll be the top of the order, Hatcher, Winningham, and Larkin. So you would think right-hander, but we'll see who they're going to bring in. Who might they bring in? They are going to send up they're going to bring in Ricky Horton. He hasn't pitched in this series either. Ricky Horton, here's a who. Will be on to pitch for the Cardinals. Try to keep the score at 6-2. The left-hander Horton. Facing Billy Hatcher. Start the 9th. 6-2 Reds. 4-6-6. Does he have control? No, he does not. Home run king or slugger? No. So it's a difficult ground ball to the infielder of our choice. So we'll say, of course, Ozzie is going to make that play at short for 1 away. 1 down for Winningham. 2-5-6. The pitcher is not a struggler. Champion or patient? No. We got an infield drama. Hudler is gold. Everybody else is neutral. 55 for infield drama. 5-5. 5-5. First baseman iron. No, he's not iron, so it's a routine ground out. Guerrero will throw it to Horton covering first base for out number 2. 3-1 ground out. 2 down. And that's going to bring up Barry Larkin. So 1-1-2. I believe that's a flash check. 1-1-2 is a flash check, and he doesn't have it. Is the batter a sad sack? No, he's not. We got check with score. So this is going to be either a single or an error. That's a 3. And we go to the check with score mini chart. and that's a 3. So that means it's a base hit. Base hit for Larkin. 2-out single for Barry Larkin. And that brings up Benzinger. Two outs, Larkin at first. Here's Benzinger. 4-6-6. 4-6-6. Ask if he is a control pitcher. He is not. Home run king or slugger? No. So another difficult grounder. And again, we'll say Ozzie makes the play to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. Wharton's going to go 1 inning. Give up a hit, but nothing else. And the Reds, since it's not a save situation, they'll go ahead and give Dibble the rest. They just want to pitch him 1 inning, get him some work. So Dibble's going to go 1 inning, give up nothing, and strike out 2. And they'll bring in somebody else to pitch the 9th. And that somebody else is Tim Burtsis. So Burtsis will come on. Get an inning of work in. Since they have an off day tomorrow, they can go ahead and give him an inning of work. So Burtsis on the replay is 2-0 with no saves and a 0.77 earned run average. 12 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 walks, and 10 strikeouts. AC McGee to start the bottom of the 9th. 3-5-6. He's a switch hitter. That's an automatic base hit because he isn't utility. So it's an automatic hit for McGee. Didn't matter who was in the game because he's a switch hitter. So McGee gets the leadoff single to start the inning for the Cardinals. He gets a leadoff single, I should say. And now if they get too much going on, you will see Randy Myers coming out of the bullpen very quickly because they don't want to blow this lead. Here's Guerrero. 3-4-6 this time. Is Guerrero eager? He is not. It's going to be a walk. And we're going to the chemistry chart for the next at bat. But now 2 runners are on. 2 runners are on. And Randy Myers is continuing to loosen in that bullpen. We are going to the chemistry chart. Semi-harmony for the Reds. Now they're fully harmonious against neutral Cardinals. And it's a 3-5. Harmonious pitching, neutral batting, 3-5. Pitching team distance, no, it won't be a single. It'll be a ground out to short. Lead dive 3 is a fielder's choice. So they will retire Guerrero at second base on the 5-4 fielder's choice. And Guerrero will be the runner at first with 1 out. So 1 out, runners at the corners for Milt Thompson. I'm sorry, for Zeal. Or was that? No, that was Zeal. I take it back. That was Zeal. Because Guerrero was the... Wait a minute. I didn't have the right guys out here. It should be Zeal, not Guerrero. Zeal is your runner at first. Guerrero was retired. All right, here's Thompson. Do they pinch hit for Thompson with a right-hander is the question. They may be considering it, but I don't know who they have left on the bench. They don't have a right hand. The only right-hander they have is Pagnazzi, and that's who they're going to go for. They're going to pinch hit with Pagnazzi. Tom Pagnazzi, the backup catcher. He is a semi-hero. So Pagnazzi going to pick up a bat and hit for the Cardinals. He is the lone remaining right-hander on the bench. So it's Pagnazzi against Burtsis. 1-3-5, and that is a blue 1. So we're going to the umpire chart again. This time runners are on the corners. Runners are at first and third for the umpire chart. This could be any of the 4 umpires get called on here. 3-6, questionable umpire at home. Steve Ripley is semi-questionable. The dot says he is. So, yes, there is a questionable umpire at home. Questionable umpire at home, ball 4, base on balls. So that'll be a walk. Pagnazzi will draw the pinch hit walk. He will not be the runner. They'll have somebody else run. Not sure who yet, because he's semi-stoic. You don't want him on the bases. So they're going to bring in Tim Jones to run. So Tim Jones will be your pinch runner at first base for the Cardinals. But the bases are now loaded with only one out. Tying run is at the plate in Oquendo. So Jones drawing that walk. And that's going to be it for Burtsis. Lou Piniella can't go any further. With the bases loaded, they got to go to their gun. They got to go to Randy Myers. They got no choice. So Burtsis will leave, and Randy Myers will be on. So a very short outing for Burtsis. Can't get his numbers because we don't know about the runners that are his responsibility on the base paths that could come around to score. So Randy Myers is on. He's 1-0 with 6 saves, ERA of 0, 8 innings pitched, 2 hits, 7 walks and 9 strikeouts. The 7 walks is a little bit disconcerting if you're the Reds, but it's one of the nasty boys. You got to go with it. Infield is back. They need outs. He is now a double ace because he's coming in middle of an inning. 2-3-3. That's a key factor. 2-3-3. 2-3-3. Ace or star. There you go. Ace or star. It's a 2-3-3. Ace or star. Well, he's a double ace, so that means 2 ground outs to short. So 1 run's going to score, so we have to put it together here. Ground out to short is a fielder's choice. Jones is out. McGee scores. Oquendo gets the RBI ground out. So we take them piecemeal, 1 at a time. Fielder's choice 6-4. That run is charged to Burtsis is 6-3. But then another ground ball to short by Ozzie Smith is going to end the ball game. And that will do it. That will conclude the ball game on that ground ball to short. – 6-3 victory for the Reds. This one belongs to the Reds, 6-3. And they take the taste out of their mouth of that embarrassing 13-0 loss in the previous game, and they end up splitting the series 2 games apiece here in St. Louis against a tough Cardinal team. They split the series. Let's get the final numbers on Burtsis and Myers as we go to the box score for this. So it's 6 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Reds. 3 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error for the Cardinals. Reds left on 7, Cardinals left on 5. Winning pitcher is Tom Browning. He's now 3-0 as he gets the win. Loser was De Leon. The save to Randy Myers, his 7th. So Burtsis goes a third of an inning, gives up a hit and a run, which was earned. 2 walks and no strikeouts, so the walks were his big issue. Myers, 2/3 of an inning, and gave up the 2 ground balls to short. So he gave up the inherited run, but that was it. It is all but over there. So that's going to do it from here. There is the score sheet. Messy as can be, probably. But anyway, the 4-game series here in St. Louis has been concluded. We come away with a 2-game split. 2 for 2. 2-2, as they say. And Reds with the victory improved to 16-7. Browning, of course, 3-0, and the save number 7 for Randy Myers. So let's look at the standings in the National League West now, as we have an off day on the 8th. So let me go ahead and autoplay the 8th so that I can get those games out of the way and get up to the minute standings. We go to May the 9th. That's the next game on the schedule. And it will be Jack Armstrong against John Smiley of the Pirates. That will be the first matchup on May the 9th, a quick 2-game series in Pittsburgh. So as we look at the league standings, the Reds are in first place at 16-7. They were 18-5 in real world, so right now we're 2 games under or 2 games behind their pace. They have a 4-game lead over the second place Dodgers, who are 14-13. The Pirates are tied with the Cardinals and the Phillies in last place, 11-15 on the replay. Pirates were 18-8 real world, but Strat Computer has them 7 games worse than what they were. So they're still going to be dangerous. You can bet Barry Bonds, Bobby Bonilla, and Andy Van Slyke and the like will all be there waiting for the Reds' first matchup against the Pirates. Of course, that was the National League Championship Series matchup. But, of course, back in early May, nobody knew that. But so we say farewell to Busch Stadium. We'll be going to Three River Stadium in the next 2-game series as the Reds take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. That first game matchup is Armstrong against Smiley. And the second game is going to feature Jose Rijo against Randy Kramer. So those are the 2 pitching matchups there. So they at least get a break of not having to face Doug Drabek or someone. Smiley's a pretty good pitcher, but at least they don't face Drabek in this series. So I guess that's considered a little bit of a break, I suppose. But that's going to do it from St. Louis. Reds win it 6-3, improve to 16-7, and they have a day off to rest in the bullpen, and everybody else gets a day off to rest. And they take a quick charter to Pittsburgh to take on Jim Leyland, Barry Bonds, Bobby Bonilla, and the Pittsburgh Pirates at Three River Stadium for a 2-game series before they finally head home back to the friendly confines of Riverfront Stadium to take on those Chicago Cubs. So until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.